Greetings, awesomes. Once again, we're talking now, wrapping up Project 2, Writing in Your Field, with the advice and conclusion sections. I certainly don't want to oversell the fact that these are fairly straightforward, but just more by way of a friendly reminder to think about the advice that you would give to those interested in pursuing this field. And then specifically think about how can an understanding of communication within the field become an asset when considering all aspects of the job. Because as we said in the introduction and conclusion, that one of the main things we're kind of looking at least when we think about our thesis statement and that what we're kind of addressing and going over in this particular assignment, well, it also gives us a good idea of how to prepare for a career, right, in this particular your field, the passion that you've chosen, is also to understand the communication, especially when it forms of writing, communication practices, as we're calling them, that go towards improving one's success in that particular field or that job, as we say here. So, again, we're using our sample of the field of law, the legal profession. She states here it's imperative that lawyers have the ability to prepare legal documents that frequently require the use of rhetorical appeals to build their argument. Mastering communication skills through email and legal writings is also vital because of how often these forms of communication are used. And she's referring back, of course, to several of the examples that she used, not only in the legal brief and the discovery document that she talked about in communication practices, but also kind of tying that back into her introduction and the controversies and the importance of writing and understanding not only just the various forms of documents, but the preparation and the ability to develop ethos logos within those. And of course, the conclusion, a little bit more maybe flexibility, if you will, but some things to think about or wrap up what you've learned. If these apply, do you need to make any adjustments to your educational plan? Are there any other considerations for yourself personally about your degree? Are there additional steps, right, that you learned, like through maybe internships, certifications, organization memberships? Are there requirements that surprised you that you did not know before? And are you still passionate about this career? If these things apply, and of course, finally, wrap up your research into your passion with a statement of importance of significance. Um, uh, what demonstrates your passion in the field that contribute to your chosen passion. So, in this particular case, this particular student, I should say, really latched on to the fact the importance of legal briefs and discovery documents is something that really stuck to her as extremely important and an essential skill in the field that she and by researching law to provide clients with accurate information that is necessary within the field. And I think that was a huge discovery for her in this particular assignment. And so she wraps that up nicely. The thing that I would say might be missing in the conclusion, if there's any adjustments or anything that maybe she learned or something like that, but I was more pleased to see how she kind of wrapped up the controversies with communication and kind of tied everything back together into her thesis. And so that made it a very strong ending for me. So feel free to take a little bit of liberty with that, right? And so that your paper flows really, really nicely, opens up with your thesis, and then we have your wrap up with your conclusion that makes everything come together and gel really, really nicely. So think about that as you're maybe thinking about your conclusion. Of course, don't forget your works cited page. I don't have a slide for that necessarily, but just keep in mind that you do need a works cited page. All right, guys, that wraps it up for our Project 2, Writing in Your Field. Some additional videos that I wanted to provide for you. Appreciate you watching. All right, you guys have a great day. Stay safe, stay awesome. Bye now.